record, because then at least it will keep, even if my internet goes unstable, you guys will still be recorded. So we've got Tracy and Tracy on, who are going to just take us through some of their a top tip and something they've done that they've stepped out their comfort zone. I'm really excited to hear these. So who wants to go first?
Go, Tracy.
Me? Do you want me to go first?
Go, Tracy.
The big thing for me was actually going into a salon, because I thought it was going to be really scary. So I went in and you couldn't shut me up really, because it was good. It was really good, because literally they've got customers in there, so I just sat down and was like chatting to them whilst they were having the nails done. Then I went round with my defining gel and put a little blob on the hand. It was like, do you want some defining gel? Shoving it under their nose. So it was the initial just getting in there and just giving them my spiel, which I didn't think I'd be prepared for, but it went okay.
Good. I think it is. I know when I went into the first salon, I think once you've done it once, I think you realise that it's not quite as scary as what you think it will be.
No. And they were really receptive, actually. She sat there and she was going, oh yeah, they do work. I know wraps like this, they do actually work. So she was selling them to the customers in there.
Yeah.
So she just made it so easy. And I said to Julie, I will be so shocked if she doesn't sign. And I know it's only Wednesday and I only went in on Saturday. And she's probably had like a busy week, but I have been messaging her, but I've not heard an answer as yet. So, but she wasn't really interested.
Has she responded at all, Trace, or just?
She's responded. I've invited her to our giant wrap party and she has responded, just saying, she'll talk to her, the other partner in the business about it.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
So I'm not quite sure. I think I'm just going to leave her for a few more days longer. I did ask if the information that I left with her was useful, if it was adequate, and nothing yet. So maybe she wasn't quite as interested as I thought. So we'll see.
No, I wouldn't say
that. Sounds
good. She's probably just really busy as a salon.
Yeah. I am impatient. We know that.
We all are.
and do you know what?
Very.
She doesn't reply. I just walk back in, because you've got a really good response face to face, and a lot of the time, people can lose the excitement if it's going on to Messenger that they've had spoken to you face to face. So I would just go back in. So did you wrap anybody in the salon?
No, I didn't. She just wanted to hear about it and take some photos in, to call me information. We talked about what was in the wraps, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I would just go back in and go, hope you've had a chance to have a look through the stuff. The key thing is, even if you haven't, what we really want to do is we want you to see the product working. So when is a good time for me to come in and do a demonstration? I'll do it you for cost price of £15. So I don't make any money and you get to see the product.
Yeah.
And I would just do that. Yeah.
Cool. I will do that then.
Yeah. Fab.
So I don't know if that was as much as you wanted. Sorry, that was very brief.
No, it wasn't. I think
well done, Trey.
It's brilliant. So have you got any other so is there another top tip that you'd say?
I've been messaging millions of salons. Well, it feels like it's millions, loads and loads and loads. And when I first started, it was like, oh, hi, have you heard of the It Works wraps? And I think I did a bit of a speech. I wasn't getting really much of a comeback. So last week when I started doing it again, it was literally what you'd said. Hi, have you heard of the It Works Ultimate Body Wrap? ? Tracy. And loads came back, even if it was to say, hi, thanks, we tried these. But that seemed to initiate a better conversation. then obviously all the information about what the wraps were, how much they cost, what you could make, it was too much. So they probably felt like they couldn't be bothered to read it. So short and sweet message has meant that I've had a few conversations with some of them,
Yeah.
which is better, so at least they know. And I've tried to be, I mean, some of them have been a bit, don't ever message this page again. So I've just been extra polite and just like, oh, sorry for bothering you, bye. Like this.
Really?
Yeah, a bit rude. But they've probably had like 1 million other people messaging them about these kind of products, haven't they? So I just shrug it off.
Yeah, I think so. First of all, with the shortness, what you've done is you've not told them everything they need to know. So a lot of the time they've read it and thought, well, I know everything. And so it's a longer way of doing it, the backwards and forwards. They just feel better, because it just feels like you feel like you're getting somewhere. They feel like they've not been bombarded. But it's funny because we've got so the Neil and the boys, the hairdresser that they used to go to at my salon went mobile, and she comes round, and we were just chatting about the business, and she said that she'd actually suggested to somebody that they get in touch with me and have a look at. She sent them a link to my page and everything, because they were looking to work from home. Anyway, she was saying how she gets a lot of phone calls. So she said, I get quite a lot of phone calls from obviously people like ourselves, wanting to approach her about stuff. And we had a really good conversation about how if she's had a missed call from somebody, she doesn't know whether that's a potential client or a salesperson. And because I said to her, I said, well, I tend to text people or, message them on Facebook. And she said that would be preferred for her, because at least then she could just read it and know if she wants to ignore it. So the messaging is fine, but she was telling me how she was approached by somebody who does downstairs toilets. Okay, so she's a mobile hairdresser, and she was approached by a company who wanted her to go into her clients' houses, cut the hair, and ask them if they wanted a downstairs toilet. And I was like, okay. She went, it sounded like a really good product, but I just haven't got the time to do anything, Mel. Like, where's the link to you being a hairdresser, downstairs toilets? And she said, well, because I go into people's houses. So even though it seems like the most random, horrendous thing in the world, she was actually like,
Thought about it.
She said, I can see why they message me, because I do go into lots of people's houses. So I think as long as, and we're obviously clearly a lot more relevant than a downstairs toilet to the people who are messaging. So I just thought, you know what, I said, I'm going to share that with the team at some point, because we can take comfort that we're not asking beauticians to install downstairs toilets.
No.
Or calling them. So that was the important thing as well, is that I said, if you got a text message, and she went, oh, I wouldn't mind that so much, because at least I could just reply in my own time and not be thinking, is it a client? So I think that was a good tip. But yeah, so great ones there. So we've got Tracy Edwards as well.
Yes.
Yay!
Okay, so my biggest thing for my out with my comfort zone is that just approaching people that I don't know and telling them about the product. My background is I used to be a buyer, so selling things for me is the complete opposite side of the spectrum. And I'm always the one that buys from everybody else and who supports everybody else and does all these parties at home and buys a multitude of things that I'm never going to use again. So trying to sell that to somebody else, I get a bit awkward. But with this recently, probably over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've just decided, you know what, they would do it to me, so bugger it, I'm just going to do it. And to the point where I've even got my lanyard on my handbag. Fiona, you can vouch for this one. It's on my handbag.
Absolutely.
I even
Yeah.
tried to sell it to the woman in Waitrose the other night because she asked me what was on my handbag. And after my party, just approaching people who couldn't make it to the party and just having the sort of get up and go to say to them, look, I know you couldn't make it, but I'm putting my orders through from the party last night. Was there anything that you fancied that you would like me to order for you, or can I help you make a decision? And I actually got a loyal customer out of doing that. It was only one, but it was one more than I had before.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So just things like that. Just approaching people individually rather than as a group. I completely blitzed my block of apartment. Sorry, 2 seconds. My wee dog's outside. I forgot to let him back in. Oh, Nick is going to do it. Shit, I put him out before we came on the call. Yeah, I blitzed. For anyone that doesn't know, I live in Scotland. I work in London. So I've got an apartment in London, and there's 165 apartments in there. I blitzed every last one of them. The weekend before last, when Megan came down to stay with me, my daughter, not one single response. Not one. Which is soul destroying, but at the same time, it's taught me a really important lesson that people have got to see our products to be able to want them. Because they don't see. The feedback that I got from the party on Friday night was they saw the passion in me, they saw the passion in Fiona, they saw the difference that the products are making to both of us, but probably more to me because they know who I am. And they just see how much we totally love these products, and they know me as a person. I wouldn't try and sell something to somebody if I hadn't tried it myself. And I think that's the one way that has made me so passionate, is because I have tried every last single product that we've got, and there's nothing that I can say I've not liked.
Yeah.
I've got my favourites. I've absolutely got my favourites. Greens, for me, is just amazing. My wee girl swears by it. The wraps aren't my biggest thing. I love them. But for me, the exfoliating peel, the defining gel, and the greens, they're as good, if not better, than the wraps. So I'm not trying to sell just one thing. It's a whole sort of package, which I don't know if that helps, and I probably just rambled, but it's yeah. I'm hoping it's going to just completely take off. And if I had more time, my biggest problem that I give myself is that I don't think I've got enough time to give it, but I give it as much time as I've got, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I wish I had more time to spend on marketing these products, because they would just go flying out the door. I know they will. And it's just getting that avenue to get them out. So
it's so true on the putting the cards through the door thing, though. And it's because it is so about the excitement, which is why we obviously say have a launch party, get people, like you said, when people are sat there in front of you, they hear and they see and they feel it, and that's why the videos are working so well for people as well. Because when people see that, and they see it regularly as well, then they start to think, she's really putting herself out here. And people do, they look and they think, wow, Tracy wouldn't get us round if this product didn't work. And I know, because I know my friend sat there and said to me, I'm only sat here because it's you and you've had your result, because if I hadn't have seen it, I wouldn't have believed it. But because it's you and I know you, and they came round to be curious, and it is 100%, that the face-to-face is so powerful.
And even I've used, bless him, my son, who's now a distributor, he did the wraps for me because I wanted a guy, because it's all, the majority of our pictures are female. And I didn't want just pictures of the internet, because I can't swear by what the results are. As much as I know the real, so bless him, I've got his pictures, and I've even bared my belly, which to me is the biggest out with my comfort zone, guys. Getting my belly out.
Yeah.
I think we're all with you on that one.
So that's out there. I've even had it out in the office saying, no, honestly,
Oh, brilliant.
Showing real people who that they can say, you know, Fraser's not going to stand up there and show his tummy or anything if it hadn't been true. So it's all about trust. I think there's a big part about trust, and the more you can show people that people know, the better. And that's certainly worked in this end. I think my biggest learning is to be careful who your distributors are, because I know I've put so much effort into my first distributor and I'm getting absolutely nothing back. Nothing. But, you know, I can only try and keep.
You just never know as well. You don't ever know if they at some point will perk up and go, actually, do you know what? Might go for this, might give it a go.
She's got a salon, Mel, and I went onto her salon page. I go there quite regularly, but I went on it last night, and she's advertising other products, and I'm like, no, you're supposed to be selling, you know, our products. This isn't good. But we'll see. I mean, she seems really, really keen. She obviously she signed up, so she mustn't.
So do you mean is she doing other body wrap products?
She did have other body wrap products in the salon, which she ditched when she got ours, I must admit, because she said ours were much better, much better value, everything. She could make a much bigger markup on ours than she was getting from the other ones. Problem is, salons in London, she's now living in the States with her fiance. She's wanting to set up in the States, but she also sells, what is it, Fiona? Arbonne?
Right, yes.
So she's got like, I saw last night, she's got a lip gloss thing, which is not competing with lip and eye cream, but it's... Oh,
is it the Nu Skin one? The lip plump? The gloss?
Yeah, she's doing Nu Skin. Is it Nu Skin then, not Arbonne? Yeah, it's Nu Skin.
Yeah.
Doing that, and she's got a peel. She's got a salt scrub that she puts on the skin, and that was on her page. But that's been from the end of February, beginning of March, which is only like last week, the week before. So I just have to wait and see what happens there. But I don't know how to. I've tried everything, you know. I've given her all the incentives as to how to move on. Told her what she needs. I've given her 3 loyals to try and, you know, but left her to get the last one on her own. But I don't know.
It honestly, sometimes there's just nothing you can do in those cases. So, and it's not you, and
we've all been there, Tracy.
Oh God, yeah, you can't vet people, honestly, and you never know. So you'll sign one person, and you think to yourself, wow, they've got this huge network, they've done business before, you know, they had an amazing result, and then they just do nothing, and you hear nothing, and you start to think to yourself, oh, did I tell them everything right? Have I done this? I've done that, and it's not you. It isn't you, and it is the most frustrating part of this business. But then you'll get other people, and you'll get them to join, and you'll think to yourself, oh, I don't, you know, who knows how this will go, and they can go off like a rocket.
Time will tell. We'll see what happens.
I mean, I can tell you, and I've said this to Mel, you know, Melissa was watching me for 3 years. So when she said she was signing, we'd had so many conversations. The amount of times she'd got in touch if I'd had a promotion and gone, I should be doing this, shouldn't I? And I've gone back and gone, yes. and then not heard from her again. So when she joined, I was thinking, oh, is she gonna go for it, or is it, is she going to have sent the message and then get it? And then she's just so focused, and so you just don't ever know. Because I honestly would have, I'm not saying I didn't think she'd do well, that I didn't think she could do, but because we just had so much to and fro in, I wasn't sure how focused she was on it, and her focus is amazing at the minute. So you just don't ever know.
Yeah.
And all I'd say is I saw something the other day where somebody said they sort of interviewed. I interview my distributors to make sure that I'm happy. I really respect the person that said it, but I didn't think about them. I'm like, no. Even if I did an interview, I'd probably still think somebody would be amazing, and then they do nothing. Because when you meet up with people, you think they're going to be, this person's going to just go off and do this, and this, and then they don't.
Yeah.
I interviewed Fiona before I gave her the job.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, over a bottle of wine, probably.
She's still on probationary period, I have to say.
What you're saying is she's not getting a kidney yet.
Yeah. Totally joking to me.
Oh, sorry, Tracy. That it was on a group thing. I put something on there. And Nikki's not on there, or Sarah, sorry. So I put this thing about how there's different types of distributors, and there's the distributor that signs up and does nothing, the distributor that signs up and keeps messaging you but doesn't actually do any of the advice, all these different things. And then I've got the person who obviously picks it up, listens to the training calls, does the launch party, does all those things. And I said, and how you look after them is, well, actually, you've just given me a kidney. So that's the little story behind that. So brilliant advice there. So we've got Sarah. So Sarah DeCamps is on the call, and both Tracy's have just recently done launch parties, and you've done amazingly well at them. So Sarah's launch party is tomorrow night. So if you've got any advice for her to take away before her launch tomorrow?
Enjoy it. I think enjoy it, because if you enjoy it, everybody there knows that you're enjoying it, and they'll enjoy it as well. Like, we passing all the products round, and filling their glasses up with wine helps as well, right enough. But,
plenty of opportunity for them to try.
Yeah, let them smell it and feel it.
Yeah, they were really impressed with all the skincare, like the exfoliating peel is massive, isn't it?
Huge.
Yeah, like the gel and everything, they loved it. And because I was using it as well, and we were on about baring all, I'd bared my skin, which has stressed me out like unbelievably. And I've switched obviously to all the skincare, and it's kept it at bay so far. So I'm really pleased with that. So they could see at the party that I was using it, and yet, it's not had any bad effects. I was actually really pleased. And the fact that you use a tiny amount, so I was trying to push that forward.
Yeah.
You use the most minuscule amount, don't you, with the cleanser?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were all really pleased with the stuff, to be fair. So I think it does just sell itself.
But I think some of the tips, I know some of the tips that Linda gave us that night on the training call about the products.
Yeah.
They go down really well as well, like rubbing it into your hands before you apply it.
Yeah.
And the content, the things that are in it. So, big thing about coconut oil and jojoba and and everything like that. Because people, the big thing is coconut oil, right? It's huge.
Yeah.
They know that's in the products. They're like, oh, listening.
Now,
yeah.
Have you managed to re-find that video?
No. So I've spoken.
You missed that one.
I know. I've spoken to Linda about it, and the plan is for us to do for each of the skincare products for us to do a little video. So that basically, because what I want to do is I want to be able to send those links. So if you've got somebody who you're talking to about the exfoliating peel, and also we can use them on the customer forum, is just be able to send them literally like a 5-minute YouTube clip that says,
brilliant, yeah,
this is about this product. So I thought that would be quite a nice way, so that people don't have to listen to a full call. They can just go,
yeah,
oh, somebody's asking me about the cleanser, let me listen to that. So I just need to obviously Linda's she's been manically busy and she's poorly now, but it is on my list of things to get that sorted, because I know it will really help me, because I know that after what Linda's said about, like you say, about the moisturiser, I have tried to cleanse my face at night and use the Repair Age at night as well. I'm definitely using the Prevent Age in the morning, and I'm rubbing it together to warm it up. And I'm patting the lip and eye cream under my eye.
So that's what she recommended, that you rub the Preventage and the Repair. Right, okay.
Yes, and the lip and eye cream. She said put the little bit amount and rub it together. And then the lip and eye cream in particular, she said the dabbing, when you pat it, that actually breaks down the puffiness. So it's a double whammy. You put the cream on and you just put it around here, so then the eye draws it into the socket. But yeah, I can't remember any of the ingredient stuff, but I've remembered those little bits. And yeah, Sarah, I'll have all my products with me, so we'll be fine. But how would you recommend getting people there? Okay, so that's, for me, once they're there, I'm fine. I think the hardest part is getting people to events.
Yeah, this is what I'm panicking about with our big launch party in 2 weeks, because my worst nightmare will be if nobody turns up.
I don't think we need to worry about that, because we're in a gym. So I think we're going to get people, even if they're just bobbing by while they're coming in or out of the gym. I
want 100 people, bums on seats, I do. That's what I want.
And I love that, Julie, and I love that you will do everything to make that happen. And
it's in bar as well, so what more can you want?
Yeah, I'm training to auditoriums of 100+ people. I need people there to speak to.
Right, listen. So every single message that you send in the run-up to either a launch party or a giant wrap party. So the one thing, Sarah, potentially is, I know you've done the event on Facebook, is maybe message people personally. So not the people who've said they can't make it, obviously, but if you've got a few people who you think, do you know what, I'd really like them to be there, personally message them and text them. Let them know how much it would mean, that they don't need to bring any money with them, that you just want them to come along and listen. But every message that you've sent about this giant wrap party is a contact that, you can't undo that work. That work's happened. You've got those contacts. You've got those messages out. You've built a relationship. You might have chatted to people. And, we're together as a group. So I've not met Tracy and Nikki in person. So how lovely is it that we will be together?
Oh, I want to be together.
Yeah. I know that won't be enough for either you. Well, I don't think it'll be enough for any of you. I don't know Nikki well enough now, but I know Tracy is so impatient that if at least 10 people of hers don't turn up, she'll be kicking off.
Yeah, I'll be around to their houses.
Mel, sorry, I'm going to have to cut off because...
That's okay, darling. Thank you so much for coming on. Cool. So, thank you, darling. Thank you so much for coming on. So, Tracy Rice, have you got any top tips for getting people to the launch for Sarah? What did you do to make sure people came?
What did I do? I did everything you've just said, really. I created a general, on Messenger, I can create a group. I did that. People came back straight away. I can come, I can't. And then I sort of explained to them individually what it entailed. And to friends of mine, it was just, I'm doing it more for experience. Don't think that I'm trying to push products onto you. And yeah, so a few people didn't come that said they were coming, so you always sort of get that.
Yeah.
But overall, I was quite happy with who came, but generally, yeah, just message and really what you said.
Excellent. That's brilliant. Well, some great tips there. Really chuffed with that. So I think we could probably call it a night and let everybody get messaging. I know that's what we're all going to do. We're going to start messaging or catching up on Facebook as to what's been happening.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Right. Well, hold on a minute. It's all right. I have to, I forget who's been on the call, and I sit there and I'll be like going to tag everybody in, and I'm like, oh God, I've missed somebody. So if I function print screen, I can see everybody that's on, and then I don't forget people. Otherwise it looks rude. Right, that's it.